I was 3 years old and I went on this amazing adventure with Mum. We hitchhiked around the country. I would put my thumb out. Didn't realise until years later that we were actually homeless at the time. A lot of my work, I'm only using light. Instead of drawing the shadows, I'm drawing the light. Through all the darkness, there's always that light. Although I grew up doing art and absolutely loved it, it was only 3 years ago that I picked it up and decided that I was going to see what I was capable of. I was always at my mum's knee drawing. My mum was misdiagnosed when she was 19 as paranoid schizophrenic, incarcerated for a period, given electroconvulsive therapy. She was diagnosed correctly when I was about 15 with bipolar and finally got the help she needed, but the road in between was very, very hard. I adored her, but as a young child, there were times when she didn't know who I was. There were times where I was her caregiver, times where I had to stop her partners from strangling her.
Did you know your dad?
No, my dad passed away at 27 when my mum was pregnant with me. What's this one? This was my Christmas present that Mum made. She made me this dress.
What kind of kid were you, like, with your mother? Like, in the olden days?
I used to look after my mum. I would make her food and pay the bills.
How did you get money for that?
I worked 3 jobs when I was 15. I used to wake up early every morning and make her a pot of tea and get myself ready and bus to school. Although there were some times that she drove me to school, and I remember one time she drove me to school and she had thrown a dressing gown on but nothing else underneath. And then her car broke down in front of the tunnel.
Seven of us came here. My father needed some time to get his life back after the huge shock of losing our mother. He roto o manaki, a century of caring. I'm almost pushing 70. I was 10 years old when I came here.
I was a similar age. I was 7 when I first came. I used to look over the peninsula because I grew up in Littleton. So I could see the home where my mum was over the water.
Was it safe here?
It was always safe here. I was really introverted and I was bullied horrendously at school. I was able to come along and be around all these children. You know, I was able to play and I found my childhood here. I came every second weekend for 5 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
with some extended stays. I was a real regular.
Yeah.
When I was 12, I aged out of the system. I was just 14 when I found myself homeless. My mum, she got married and went on a honeymoon. He didn't want anything to do with this child she had, and so I was left behind. For a short period, Cholmondeley let me stay up with the staff, and they made sure that I was looked after until I had somewhere else to go. I've been married 4 times, 2 times before I was 22. Crazy, but not altogether unexpected. I really wanted my children to grow up in a nuclear family. I wanted to try to create that ideal that I never got to experience.
Your mum wasn't always sick, right? Like, what was she in, like, other times when she wasn't manic depressed?
When things were stable, she was amazing. She was a motorcyclist. She could speak 3 languages fluently. Legs L'Amour was one of her alter egos. She used to go travelling and pretend she was French, and she'd meet people along the way and she couldn't remember if she'd put on a Kiwi accent or a French accent. She was girl boss.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because of her bad experiences when she was younger, she didn't get any treatment. And so it spread really fast. Maxine and her were really close.
Plum with the wrench in the lounge.
My daughter Maxine is on the autistic spectrum.
Professor Plant has an alibi, I'm afraid.
I was 18 when I had her. Her behaviour was pretty extreme when she was younger. First day of school, she spent 5 of the 6 hours screaming in the office. With me, she was fine, but when she got into a new environment with new people, everything would fall apart.
It's like a social disability, I'd say. I wouldn't say it's a mental disability. I don't do well with bright lights or long sounds or sounds in the background while I'm trying to concentrate.
Sensory
overload generally, yes.
Right.
Nice.
I did a lot of research and I tried to learn what was going on for her and how to advocate for her.
David won the first one by a landslide. He's very good at ball games.
She's grown into an absolutely amazing young woman.
Proud mama.
Very proud.
You've survived a lot.
There were times where my world was get through each moment or get through each day. I've been lucky enough to have a lot of hope for the future and to see circumstances as temporary. It's beautiful that my world is opening up again. There's a moment in this piece I thought to start with. The purpose of her was about sort of pushing through adversity, and then when I was doing her hands, I realised there's that wee touch of her fingers and her hands being open, and it's letting go because she's actually at peace.